made it, man. We made
Yeah,
it.
nice. I feel like I'm in Jamaica with you right now.
Well, you never know, man. Hey, you can always be here, man. Let me close this Zoom session here. We good to go. We're good to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. All right. It's just yours truly, David Squeeze Annakie, and of course, Adam Handler. And what are we doing? Some of you might ask. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the #1 personal injury attorney, in my opinion, in, of course, the United States. However, he practices law in New Jersey and New York. We call him the case handler because he has settled well over $136 million, Adam.
I would say closer to 137 million, but that's
Oh,
okay.
shoot, man.
Who's what's a
I'm
couple
counting.
million? What's a couple million between friends?
I am counting, man. I am counting, man. Hey, a couple of millions between friends, hey, it makes a lot of difference, man, because you have changed lives. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's life-changing money that you have, done for a lot of people out there who actually have, gotten into automobile accident, slip and fall, construction accident, medical malpractice, and so forth. And you, as an attorney, have taken care of the community, and I do respect you, and I want to say thank you so much for doing that, man. Wonderful job you have done so far.
It's my absolute pleasure, man. Listen, I'm a third generation attorney. It's in my blood. I've been practicing for nearly 18 years. You and I have been doing this one way or another, whether it's on the radio, Facebook, Zoom, IG, for probably since 2005. So the message is out. People know the case handler. People know the real deal. People know that I'm often imitated, never duplicated. God forbid you're ever in an accident. There should be one attorney that you think of to protect you and your family's rights. And I hope that's Adam Handler, the case handler.
Absolutely. Once again, folks, if you're just joining us, this is called Cruising with a Case Handler, a show on personal injury on 93.5 WVIP FM. I'm David Squeeze Annakie, CEO of the Link Up Media Group of Companies. Adam Handler is the partner in a firm called Pollock, Isaac, and DeSico. And once again, it's all about if one gets hurt in an accident. It's not if one is going to get hurt, Adam. Unfortunately, people will get hurt. But I'd like to know that when they do get hurt, that they really have someone who can genuinely help them. And I've seen you help hundreds, if not thousands of people to have a much better life after getting hurt. So I would love for you to actually expand a little bit more. Seeing that the week is starting now, let's do a little bit of a housekeeping. Let's do a little bit of a maintenance as to what people should do if and when they do get hurt in an accident.
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer at this point. If you've been listening to me, we've been getting the information out. The first thing you obviously want to do is get your side of the story documented, and that's by calling 3 numbers, 911. Now, I can imagine these days it's probably a little nerve-wracking sometimes to dial those numbers, but that's really the best possible option to make sure that, number one, that you get the appropriate medical attention you need, and also you're on the right track to documenting the way the accident happens. And then obviously giving me, and I remember on the radio with another good friend of mine, and somebody actually got into an accident while they were listening to the show and called me up. I mean, literally, it was like, I'm listening to your show right now. I just got rear-ended, and we snapped into action. Ladies and gentlemen, I do things much, much differently than most of the other attorneys out there. For those of you who've known me for, my 17 plus years of practice, 16 years serving the Caribbean community, the immigrant community, I do like to say that I hold myself to a much different standard and make sure that I treat you the right way, treat you like family. And this is a results-based business. Make no mistake about it. I am a professional, and professionals, are there to serve the public. But trust me, trust and believe, this is a service-based industry. And if it wasn't for my dedication to the community, if it wasn't my dedication to my clients and the ability for me to get an extremely successful result, I wouldn't be in business today. And I take that very, very seriously. So when you call the case handler, you know what you're going to get. When you call my number, I am your attorney. And that's a big, big difference. You don't call a number and get put off onto another attorney or a paralegal that may know nothing about your file. You may, call, you have my cell phone number, you got my email, you can direct message me on social media. It makes all the difference, trust me, because teamwork, teamwork makes the dream work. And with an attorney that's dedicated to you like family and a client that's vested in their case, that's how we get a successful result at the end.
Okay, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Handler right here on Cruising with a Case Handler. He's not actually cruising in his car this morning. He's actually in his office. I can see the Bob Marley picture behind him right there.
I love that. I got my 2 favorites, Pearl Jam and Bob Marley.
I noticed. I was like, what a combination, But let's give out the phone number, of course, of the case handler himself. Once again, a top personal injury attorney in the, of course, Northern Hemisphere, like I always say, New York and New Jersey. I'm proud of what it is that he has done. I've known him for well over 16 years, ladies and gentlemen. He's a dear friend of mine, and he's a client, he's an associate. And I don't like to say client because, it's more than that. I mean, I'm serious. I can guarantee you one thing. If and when you do meet Adam Handler, you're going to meet the warmest, kindest, very aggressive in court, okay, person you'll ever meet in your life. This gentleman loves what he does, man, and I can't wait to see him get back in action in court. But not because courts are not necessarily open right now. He's doing everything over Zoom, and he's been settling millions of dollars. So why not take his number, ladies and gentlemen, and have the number of a top personal injury attorney in your phone? The number, ladies and gentlemen, as I see Root logging in here, the number is 844-774-3529. That is 844-PPIDLAW. No, you're not thinking about getting into an accident right now. But if and when it does, I promise you, I guarantee you'll need the ultimate, an exceptional attorney. And that is Adam Handler. Once again, the phone number is 844-774-3529. Dial it now. Let it ring for about 15, 20 seconds. Adam will see that number calling in, and he'll actually store it also.
Absolutely.
844-774-3529. That's 844 PPID law. Yes, Adam.
I love this platform of social media, of being able to connect to the thousands and thousands of people that have supported me. I just told you, we just hit like 7,800 Instagram followers over the weekend.
Yes, you did. Congratulations.
And I thank you. I love it because it really is an extended interview. You may not be watching this right now thinking, I'm in bed with a broken leg, where do I go? Usually when disaster strikes, you or your family are making a very critical decision within a few hours as to what attorney you're going to use. But ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stress to you enough that, this is a very, very serious game you play, and you better make sure that you have an attorney that's going to fight for you for the maximum, that's going to fight for you like family. And I actually did the calculations. Squeeze, since the beginning of last year, since the pandemic hit, I've settled over $40 million of cases.
Wow.
$40 million in the past 2 years.
But Adam, you know what?
Actually, I'm sorry. That's a little before the pandemic. In the past 2 years, over $40 million.
But Adam, I keep telling people and everyone I run into, and people say, okay, so who's the personal injury attorney to go to now? God forbid. I'm like, you need to go to the Michael Jordan of personal injury, and the Michael Jordan of personal injury is Adam Handler. I'm not blowing anything up. I'm not brown nosing him or anything. He stands for himself, So ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this much. Dial his number, store his number, lock it in. All right. You have options. Yes. We hear different options on the station. We see different options on television. We read different options in the newspaper. But go with someone that I personally have known for well over 16 years. And you don't necessarily have to take my word for it. Go to the casehandler.com.
Yeah, do your due diligence.
Yeah,
I mean, don't take, we say this on every show. Don't take my word for it. Don't take your word for it. Don't take the other DJs on this radio station that have endorsed me over the course of my career, their word for it. We all have a vested interest as to who we decide to promote and how we want to conduct our business. Nothing wrong with that at all, but you have to go one step further. And by this is how you go one step further, Squeeze. By going on my social media, checking out the case handler on Facebook, checking out the case handler on Instagram, because we post the true life success stories, whether it's a photograph of a client getting a big fat multi-million-dollar settlement check, or maybe an audio clip of a client saying, I'm so glad that Mr. Handler is my attorney, or a video of myself and a client being interviewed by you or other DJs on this radio station. That's the word of the people you should be taking. People that have unfortunately come before you that never in a million years expected to get into an accident, and unfortunately they did. My friend, where are you right now? I want to be where you are right now.
I want to be right where I am.
Ladies, I want to be where you are.
Say good morning. Say good morning to my attorney. We're doing a radio show. Say hi. Get back.
Ladies, how are you?
So I'm in the grill, man.
I love it. I'm in New York City.
There you go. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, don't let that distract you as to what we're talking about. We're very serious about this. No matter where I am in the world, I am going to find a time to speak with this man on radio on 93.5 WVIP FM. And hey, I want to say good morning to all the broadcasters on the station. I want to say good morning to all the listeners on the station. I want to say good morning to everybody. But once again, we have life, so we have love. And we need to share. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing with you the ultimate, the exceptional attorney, Adam Handler. Okay? Once again, the phone number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Dial the number. Let it ring. Call him. Just say, hi, Adam.